Welcome to Sneak Speak.
Sneak Speak.
Sneak Speak.
Sneak Speak.
Sneak Speak.
Sneak Speak. Sneak Speak. Sneak Speak.
You're listening to Sneak Speak by Eminem Resale.
Welcome to Sneak Speak, the podcast where we dive into the shoe game, bring you insight on the hottest upcoming releases, and the latest on controversies in the sneaker world. Alright, y'all couldn't see me, but I was dancing right there along with you guys. How you like that? How you like that?
That joint was fire,
bro.
Yeah, that was
Bro.
that was bumping.
That was really hitting.
I should have recorded that on my snap, bro. Like, it was popping, bro.
That
was dope,
smacking.
man.
That was
That was
smacking.
too litty, yeah.
I want to redo ours,
Yours is really nice.
but
Yours
it's
is
not
super
that.
nice.
But go ahead.
we on the same wavelength. But I told everyone season 1, I was like, number one thing I gotta get done. We gotta get an intro done. Like that needs to be
That's a
top of
must.
my priority list.
Yeah.
Y'all did it. Congrats.
Thank you. I'm excited. Next priority needs to be getting some professional like microphones and like some better recording gear. But
Cool.
that whole thing was like a process because I have no experience with like sound editing except with this podcast. That's like nothing, no like music, no like special effects, nothing. And I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna do it myself. And so we had to like get it done. And I was like, we just need to get this podcast started. Let's just get going.
Point blank period.
I'm excited to be back, and I'm excited to have you guys here for our first one. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Sneak Speak. I am Mateo.
I'm Brandon.
Today is October 31st, 2020, and we have 3 special guests I'm very excited to have with us. I'll let them introduce themselves, but it was crazy how we met them. They have their own podcast called College Kicks Podcast. I'll let them introduce themselves now.
For sure. So we're going to go in the normal order. What's going on, everybody? My name is TJ.
And I'm Noah.
Come on.
Come on.
And of course, we always
My
got,
name's Will, y'all.
yeah, as Mateo said, we are College Kicks. We are a college podcast that we focus on, of course, kicks, but also music, fashion, and anything that we get a kick out of. We do have episodes every Monday, so again, feel free to check us out. But how we all met, this is a wild story. So Will and I met our summer going into freshman year. We were supposed to be roommates, however, a lot of things just fell through, and we weren't able to do that. But we were always keeping in contact and, always playing with each other in Hallis and things like that. So I was always cool with Will. Of course, I was always beating him. Hallis is our gym, by the way. Always beating him in hooping, one-on-ones, all that. He's weak. But Noah, you can go ahead and tell your story.
How I met TJ. It had to be like first week of school, and I was cooking one day, on the court. When I tell you, like, I was dropping like in a game up to 16, I was dropping like 8.
Two
Like
points.
no, like
we
8.
need an alibi.
No. When I tell you that
Witness,
first
bro.
week, bro, I don't normally do that, bro. When I tell you that first week, I was cooking, and I hear some dudes talking about, just wait till TJ gets here. I said, who is TJ? Who?
Yo.
And so I end up like losing, and then TJ ends up showing up, and I was on like a side court shooting around with him, and then we ended up getting like picked up on the same team. And then I was like, okay, this guy's not so bad. Because before I met him, I hated him. I didn't even know what he looked like, but I hated him
Bro.
because everybody's just talking about him.
There was a moment before, Noah, you said, like, you saw me shooting just, like, by myself, and you're like, I hate him.
Yeah, I was like, I hate this
That's
guy.
how it always starts, right?
They were like gassing TJ up like he was like Michael Jordan, like the Michael Jordan of Hallis. I was like, there's no way this TJ dude is that good. And then I seen him, I was like, wow, this dude's
Not
ass.
easy.
Is he? Goodbye. But
Goodbye.
No, you know who's actually really good? I know I talked down on saying, but Will, like, he actually got a little some drip to him. Will, come on.
Yeah, my name's Will, y'all. I think the first time, obviously, when I met TJ, was obviously he told you guys we met before freshman year. The time in which I met Noah was when he actually proposed that he was a better shooter than me. So I had to take him on that bet. I took his money. I think it was $20, $5. No, what was it?
He low-key took like $5 from me, I think.
I think it was $5. Anywho, though, we actually we did a shooting bet today as well, and he lost again.
I
Dang.
won. I actually won.
Noah.
I actually won. He's capped.
It was 1-1, but these are two of my good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love him now. We love each other.
I hate all of them. Don't get it twisted. I hate them.
It was crazy how we crossed paths because I think Brandon had sent me your guys' Instagram for the podcast, and then I had looked into like who you guys were like as individuals. Like, I wonder if I know these guys, and I saw Noah's name, and I had literally the day before I had shipped out a shirt.
That's
A
so
Supreme
crazy.
shirt that I got from in store, and he had bought it off of me on Grailed, and I was like, "Are you like the Noah Pena from Chicago that I just?"
Are
like,
you
sent it
the
to?"
Noah Pena?
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, what school do you guys go to?" I was like trying to get to know him. He's like, "Oh, we go to Loyola," and then I was like, "Oh, wait, Brandon goes to Loyola." So I was like, "Wait, Brandon, where'd you find?" I don't even know, Brandon. How'd you find these guys?
A friend's Instagram handle.
Was it from someone from Loyola?
Yeah, no, it was Joe Fantozzi. He posted like your guys' like little giveaway thing with the shoe.
Shout out Joe. Shout out
And
Joe.
yeah, no, I know Mateo was like interested in that shoe, so I was like, I'll just send it over, man.
And then who's in class? Who has class with? Some of you had class with Brandon.
It's like, we were
So
like chilling on our sports law class, and I like you just see the names and stuff like that. So yeah, I was familiar with them.
it was a
Yeah.
crazy connection that happened. So when you messaged the page saying, I think I just sold something to one of you guys, and he was like,
Yeah.
one of you guys' name's Noah, and I was like, yeah. And then I was like, how in the world do you know this? This random like Eminem resale. We're like, what's going on here? And then Brandon hit me up. He was like, yeah, like I'm also like part of the page, and I was like, yo, like, are you serious? And just crazy how it all just happened, like you said, Mateo. That's crazy.
It's pretty. It's hype. I love
Yeah.
we love making connections. That's one of the best things about this podcast. One of the
Bro.
biggest things, the biggest reasons why I wanted to start this is that we just been meeting people. Like more than half the guests that are on this podcast, if you guys have like listened to them, we meet the first time we meet them is over Zoom, just like right now.
Dang.
Like the first time we're meeting you is seeing your face is right now. Okay, you can't really see my face. My screen's broken, but.
So
But
good.
another day, hopefully. But you guys are all at Loyola Chicago.
Yep.
What grades or what years are you guys in?
I'm a senior.
Junior.
And I'm a senior.
And then
B
Brandon
boys,
is
boy, you better lighten up your voice.
and then Brandon's a junior at Loyola, right?
Yes, sir.
And then I would be the youngin. I'm a sophomore at Long Beach.
Ooh.
Dang.
Shout out Long Beach.
Come on, Long
Shout
Beach.
out Long Beach for sure.
Today I'm super excited to get into what we have to get into. I have been dry for the past 3 months, not being able to get anything out, not even been able to get my thoughts out there. But we got some stuff down for us today. These guys from College Kicks Podcast, I wouldn't say they're resellers, but we can get more into their history. I'm not sure if any of them have ever resold stuff before, but they're definitely more on the consumer side, definitely hardcore sneakerheads, which I love. So today is going to be an interesting clash of the two sides, which I'm going to be big excited for. So we got some questions there. We got some questions that you guys, the listeners, have submitted. And as always, sleepers and good investment opportunities for those of you just getting into the game. Season 2, here we go.
Ooh,
Let's do it.
let's go, boy.
That's
Off the bat, this is what I was thinking. When I sold that shirt on Grilled, and then I found out and I listened to your podcast, and you guys are definitely like, the big sneakerheads, right? And I would definitely say I'm a huge sneakerhead. But when it comes to what I own, I'm not like the average sneakerhead. What I own, like my collection is huge, but it's like 60% Vans. And like I have like one pair of Jordans and a lot of runners, like Nike. Like it's just like what I like. I don't follow the hype too much. Nothing wrong with it. It's just that like I would rather have like 10 pairs of Vans than one pair of Off-White 5. That's just
all preference.
Dang.
it always comes to consumers because before I started reselling about 2 years ago, I was always consumed by this notion of like, oh, resellers just trying to get the best of you. Like they're trying to get their bread, but it's annoying because you got to pay the high prices.
Mhm.
So how do you guys feel about resellers?
Who wants to go first, guys?
I can air things out. I can really air it out. No, go ahead, dog. Go
Want
ahead.
me to go first?
I want you to go first. Go ahead.
How I feel about resellers. The resellers that I know, they're cool. The resellers that I don't know, I
Yeah.
do not like them. I do.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So did I ever cross that threshold for you?
Yeah,
No, he's still
No,
he's
no,
still
you're
don't
cool,
like
you're
me.
cool.
You're right now.
You're cool. My thing is just like it's gotten to a point in like the sneaker like culture and like the sneaker industry where like now you can't get a pair of shoes without paying $300-$400, and it's annoying. Like certain shoes, I feel like should obviously hold some value if they're like super limited, but like I feel like my like major problem with resellers is that they like try to resell like almost anything, like turn anything into a profit, and it just irks me. It just irks me. Like I see people like reselling like Disney Mickey Mouse ears.
Oh God!
I don't know if y'all seen that before,
Right.
but like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But see, like
Get your thoughts together, Noah. Get your thoughts. You angry.
Resellers.
All
Go
right,
ahead,
so
TJ.
so
Go ahead, TJ.
on the point of how resellers will resell anything, we were talking about it today. So Noah, Will, and I went to go hoop, and of course we went to go eat afterward. So Will and I go to Chipotle, and Noah goes to Popeyes. So of course the Popeyes chicken sandwich, and immediately we thought of how resellers were trying to resell the Popeyes chicken sandwiches, and they did, right? So
Mateo, did you try to resell Popeye
please tell me
sandwiches?
No. Because first of all, I didn't understand it. Second of all, I cannot even get behind a product that I don't even like. So shots at Popeyes, Chick-fil-A all the way.
The concept of reselling food,
Yeah,
that's
OG.
just crazy to me.
What? Like, why?
It's just so.
I mean, then we get on the topic of Travis Scott
Bro.
cereal and
Oh,
Wheaties
my
boxes,
gosh.
but another story. That's another time.
But I think reselling in general, I understand it. I think I understand the whole business behind it. I understand there's a whole market behind it. But Noah, I think to sum up what you're saying, sometimes it's just OD. It's just like
OD.
crazy with it. Like you don't need to make a $400 profit off some shoes that you paid $100 for. I understand there's hype around it, but especially my listeners of College Cakes podcast, if you are listening to this and you are a reseller, go ahead and just throw me a little College Cakes discount because I can't afford that $400.
and don't get me wrong, like I've sold like hundreds of shoes before.
Yeah.
Like I've been a sneakerhead for years. I've resold hundreds of shoes, but I'm not a reseller.
You wouldn't call yourself a reseller?
No,
because
not
it's
at
kind of
all.
like here and there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like you can, for example, I know TJ. He copped what was it? The Fragment 3s.
The Fragment 3s, yeah.
Fragment 3s, and I didn't think that shoe was like worth like the price they were going for. Like so, TJ sold
Like,
him
it's
right
not
away
all
for
that.
$800. That shoe is not worth $800. So like in his perspective, he should have sold them. He should have resold them.
Yeah.
And he did.
Sometimes the
so it's
money's
like-
just too
Right, which
good.
is why I
Exactly.
understand the market behind it. So like
Yeah.
that's a perfect example, Noah. Like there's a whole market behind it. So if you need to get $800 from that one shoe, go ahead
Exactly.
and do
Like
that.
go get your
Like,
money.
that's cool.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
all means.
But my thing is just like, why is that shoe $800 in the first place?
OD.
And have you seen where it's gone since then?
Yeah, it's like 500 now, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's-
just
Yeah, you were
dropped.
you did a very good job. You sold it right away.
Shout out to
'cause-
And
Noah.
it's-
He definitely
shout
got
out-
on me for that.
Shout out to me because I told TJ you could sell on StockX the day you got them because he was waiting until he got them in hand and the price was gonna go down, but he did not know that he could sell them right away, and I told him. So that's how we got $800 because of me.
That's big money.
Big money.
Sight, boy, that went straight to
bands.
rent. Don't even do that. That went straight to
Come
the
on.
rent.
Straight
To the
to
energy
rent.
bill. Energy bill came around. Insurance bill came around. It's over with now. $800 ain't nothing.
Shout out to ComEd. Shout out to
Shout-
ComEd.
Comment. Oh my lord.
Shout out to Cake and Apartments.
I can definitely agree with you though, because like I mean, there's some shoes that have significant profit, and it's different for everybody if they have like a dollar amount that they're aiming for
Yeah.
or a return on investment percentage that they're aiming for. But then it comes to like the mids that dropped today, the Dia de los Muertos
Yeah.
ones.
That's
That like
nice.
they have like $10 profit, but people want like every single pair they can get, or like like if you go back to like when like I would say GR Jordan ones that sell out, like Pine Greens, Royal Toes, Court Purples, and people just like getting 20 plus pairs to get like maybe $40 off of each one.
Yeah.
It's like for what?
Like resellers would say that it adds up, right? Because you do like that's like $800 profit, which is nice.
Right.
But then like I get it, like we've also hit like the age of bots where like no one is getting anything
Bro.
online anymore.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
can't cop nothing.
Which like, and like everybody talks about sneakers being trash, but like honestly, sneakers sometimes is your best shot that you're gonna get.
Yeah.
No, literally,
is-
like
which
I
that
used to
sucks
try
too.
on foot sites like Finish Line, Foot Action. I no longer try at all.
Even the mochas I dropped today, I was on Champs, I was on Foot Action, all that.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't have been a millisecond faster. Like I was literally as fast as possible. And it
Like they
instantly
won't
sold
even
out.
let me in the site
You're right.
every Saturday, so
No,
like, I don't
it's
even
bad.
try no more. I just go
Exactly.
for sneakers.
is bad. I don't know how long. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna stay in this game like my whole life,
Mhm.
but I can definitely see a day coming soon where no one is gonna like only resellers are gonna be getting for retail, and all the consumers are just gonna wait and just like, you know what, screw it.
Yeah.
I'll just wait till my plug gets
Yeah.
one or something. I'll just pay the extra, whatever, and it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
It really is gonna suck. 'Cause
Exactly. Like,
even
it's
though I
whatever.
resell, I still consume. I have my own collection,
Of course.
and I still gotta
No,
bless
wait,
my
wait,
feet
wait, wait.
sometimes. But
Let me ask you a question. Do you have a bot?
no,
Wow.
Oh.
what I do,
What do you do? Yeah.
resellers have like their own specialties, right? But mine is outlet flips and buying used pairs. So when you're done with your pairs, DM me. I'll cop them off
DM
you and flip used pairs. You know what I'm saying?
That's so smooth, bro.
It sounds like so dumb too. It's just like, oh, let me buy your shoes off you. But like the job that I work at Vans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just got home from Vans. I'm making more money with reselling than I am at Vans.
Oh, dude.
And I'm taking like extra hours, all the hours that I can get. But like if I'm working at this is like Vans is my side hustle technically, which is weird.
Wow.
And I feel bad sometimes when I'm like taking out. I go to the outlets and I'm walking out. I don't walk out with like hundreds of pairs, but like 10 pairs was one.
So on that note, what would you say is the best shoe you've ever gotten on an outlet?
At an outlet,
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Come on, College Kicks brings in the.
And while
heaters
you're
today.
thinking, if I was in an outlet and I
Yeah.
seen a dude walking out with 10 pairs of shoes, I would be like, oh my god. That's it. Oh my god.
You know what's
I'd be
crazy?
so
Like
mad at you.
I see people walking out with like pairs that you don't even want, like Nike Shocks
Mm-hmm.
or like
Oh my god.
some like those golf shoes or like the Team Jumpman like stuff, and they flip it on eBay for like, because you get the 30% off with the extra 20% off with the extra 20% off, and you're getting pairs for like $25. You flip it on eBay for 60 times 10.
True.
That's
Yeah.
that's
$600
that's 2
yeah.
weeks. That's 2 weeks minimum wage
Mhm.
that you just made in 2 hours.
That's smooth, yeah.
So
Dang.
I know there's been some criticisms about reselling, right? But like, so for me, I mainly see reselling through Mateo's lens, right?
Mhm.
Because I'm always interacting with him. And I trust me, I feel the same way. Like, there's a Drake sweatshirt that just dropped, the CLB one.
CLB.
I want it so badly,
Yeah.
but I literally
told-
I can't get it. Right? I don't even need to like check like how much it is. It's probably like going for $100.
I'm gonna just
right?
let you know right now. Me and
I'm
Will
so
are the
mad you
biggest
said-
Drake fans in the world.
So mad.
I'm a
so
certified.
mad you
I
mentioned-
am
I'm a certified lover boy.
boy.
I'm just saying that.
I'm
just
so
gonna let y'all know.
mad. Bro, it is so annoying waking up in the morning and all you hear is Noah and Will going, "You're a certified lover boy." No, you're not. I'm a certified lover boy. And it's a back and forth
Literally,
argument that never.
Like me and Will copped one of the shirts. But
And
we
some
couldn't
socks.
cop
Oh,
the
man,
hoodie
you're lucky.
either. So
And some socks.
Oh man, that's crazy. But I will say, like, you know, with resellers, I think it's really cool, like what they're doing, right? Because when we go into the workforce, we're all just being taken advantage of, right? If we work for a corporation, so reselling allows you to kind of like, it's a mini stock market. You can learn on your own. Great opportunity to grow your own business yourself instead of messing with all the BS that's going on in this world, right? So there's obviously always pros and cons, but you know, I like what these guys are doing for sure.
I think I have an answer for you on that outlet question. This is I don't know why I didn't think of this off the top of my head. Surprisingly, it is not the Nike outlet. It is a Converse outlet.
Oh wow.
So I went on Black Friday last year.
Mhm.
All the Golf LaFleurs had hit the outlet, and Golf LaFleurs are bricks, right?
Mhm.
Golf LaFleurs don't like they retail at like 100, but they are like they sit under 100.
Yeah.
Some of them over, but whatever. Black Friday at the Converse outlet, buy one get one 70% off,
Wow.
and the price was already $60.
That's a no-brainer.
So I walked out with I think each pair cost me $35 to $45.
Mhm.
I think I made probably 150% return on investment each pair. I bought 8. I sold them all in 2 weeks. I went back. They still had some. People don't want to touch them because they're so ugly
Exactly.
and they're bricks. I got 4 more. I went back to Long Beach for Christmas. I got 6 at the outlets in Long Beach.
Dang.
Went back to the Bay Area, got another 6. Like they're just sitting there for me to flip, and
Right.
they don't flip fast. Over the course of like 4 months, I think I bought like 26 pairs or like 30, like close to 30 pairs, and probably definitely more than double my money, almost triple my money.
Now,
See, that's and anybody can do that too. So it's just the
Yeah.
fact that you have that knowledge to do that, and like
Yeah.
you said, some random person could have easily just came in and got the shoes and done the same exact thing as you did, which is
Now,
why I think it's a
can-
crazy market.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Where are you selling these shoes? Are you going on Facebook groups? Are you like?
See, I should be on Facebook groups, but for the Golf Fleurs, most of them sold on Goat and StockX. I would just leave it there and just let it sit. Let somebody buy them up. A couple of them sold on Instagram, but most of them were definitely Goat. Like people were just eating them up. Maybe it was just Christmas time and people were just. The other thing is like Tyler the Creator fans. I've talked about this. Tyler the Creator fans are like a cult. Like they will do like Travis fans.
Yeah.
Like Travis fans will spend their money on the shoes, right? But like Tyler fans, even though Tyler has nowhere near like the pop culture like influence that Travis does, like over the entire globe, his fans will spend the Travis money on Golf Fleurs that are worth 25% of that price. They will probably be willing to spend like $300.
That's crazy.
So when they see my shoe listed on Goat for like $100, that's easy.
It's easy,
That's easy
yeah.
cops. And I was getting like 95 to like 120 per pair average, and I spent average 40 each pair.
That's
Dang.
crazy.
So hit up the Converse outlet when holiday season comes around, because
College
I guess
kids.
that's a takeaway.
that was a big surprise. I was like, oh, let's just go see if there's any Golf Fleurs, like as a joke, and they were all just sitting there. It was like a big, huge stack, and I was like, okay, I'll take all of them.
College kids becoming resellers.
Come
Ooh.
Converse outlet. Ooh.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
See, I might get you on a wave.
I'll catch you on the
Whoa.
Converse outlet tomorrow morning.
So you guys I know Noah was talking about how he's never really classified himself as a reseller. Have any of you guys ever, like bought anything to like maybe intentionally flip?
Yeah, I definitely have. So I will flip some shoes that I know for a fact that will flip. I wouldn't consider myself a reseller though. So probably in total, I flipped maybe, I don't know, 10 to 15 pairs of shoes. And this is not the Golf Fleurs. This is not things that I find at the outlet. These are like Jordans that just drop. And I know that if I can get them early, because I have a connect that works at Snipes. So I was able to get those shoes early and then, sell them for that early price on StockX. So
Reseller.
that was actually that was this past summer, but I would not consider myself a reseller. I think to me, a reseller is somebody that does that grind, right? Like you said, that goes to the outlets, that is able to pick and choose, like, what's gonna sell for more, what's gonna sell for less, and then do that on a mass
I was about to say
scale,
on almost like a full-time job.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost on a full time. Like you just said, your current job with Vans is a side hustle at this point for you, because you're just doing so much on this resale market. So maybe, in total, I probably haven't made like crazy money, but I definitely have resold some shoes and definitely made some decent profit off of it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
for
what,
sure.
that flip that you had with the threes, that's more than I've ever had on a single shoe. Like that's more than some of my months. Or like
That's crazy.
like that's when you get a score like that, that's just impossible to pass up.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just too good.
My first score actually was the Travis Scott 1 lows.
Oh my.
I hit on sneakers, and I sold them so this is maybe when I'm just now getting into like the shoe game and like shoe culture and like reselling and stuff like that. So I hit and I was like, oh, that's cool. Like I know they're going for a lot, so let me check. I checked and it was like $900 they're going for. Like instantly I sold them and I made I think like $915 profit off of one shoe. And I just thought, all right, I definitely got to start paying more attention to sneakers and stuff like that, because this is ridiculous.
So with that, I had this question, like, how does your consumer side differ from your selling side? Because like I said, I would just prefer to have, I like to have more variety. Like I said, I like to have like a lot of Vans over one hype shoe, just because like I want to like work with as much as I got. Like that's just me. So how do you guys separate your consumer side versus like that Travis Scott? Like what would be the threshold with I should sell this versus I should keep this?
If I know I can pay 3 rents with one shoe, I will easily sell that shoe ASAP. Like, no discussion needs to be had. But speaking on that Travis Scott shoe specifically, I knew personally I would not want to wear the shoe. I just personally thought it was ugly. I'm not a big fan of Travis Scott shoes. I understand the hype behind it. I understand that reverse swoosh goes crazy in some people's minds. However, I can instantly sell it. As Noah brings up his Travis Scott Air Force One.
No, it's holding up.
But I think I think there is a fine line between at least my consumerism and then my reselling, because it's like I almost understand both markets to a point where I know how to leverage each market. So like if I see, like for the mochas, for example, I can see, somebody reselling them for like $400, But then I could be like, well, no, like you're not gonna sell me for $400 because I understand that they're going for $350 now, and then I'm able to leverage that. So I think there's a fine line between reselling and consumerism, and like my personal consumerism.
I want to speak on something. So like I've had a problem in terms of like my sneaker. I'll call it career. So I have a problem of getting shoes that I like or like hype shoes, whatever it is, and I sell them knowing that like down the line I'm like I still want that shoe. So like I've had multiple Travis Scotts. I've had a lot of things that are worth like more now than they were obviously when I got them, and I would just sell them. Like I had a problem with just selling anything. Like I remember getting like a couple pairs of like Travis 4s. Like I literally had like 4 pairs of Travis 4s over the years, and I would get pairs for like $280, $290, and I like sold them all. Now they're like $1,000. I had like 3 pairs of the Travis Scott Air Force, the sail joints. I had like 3 pairs for retail. Sold them for like $300. I remember I bought a pair for like $300. So, and like I just always end up like looking back on it, and it just like hurts. So like now how I operate in terms of like shoes, in terms of like whether I resell them or I keep them, if I know down the line I'm gonna want that shoe again, I don't sell it. Like that's how I'm operating. Like if I want that shoe, like if I think I'm gonna want that shoe down the line, I'm keeping it. If I think like I really don't need it, then I'm selling it.
Which is like a great comparison to all the retros that go on. Like people love retros because they are retros. Like people get the opportunity to own shoes that they had in their past. Adults get the opportunity to repurchase shoes in an updated fashion that they had when they were in elementary school, that they had when they went to the prom. Like nostalgic shoes that they have emotional ties to. And so, like you said, like before, like the money was just too good. Like in the moment, it's just like I need this money right now. Like this money is gonna benefit me more than the shoe, so I'm just gonna sell it and I'll get it back later. And then later on, you're gonna have to go through all the trouble to like find it again.
Exactly, and then you gotta pay double. Like now, I can't buy a Travis Scott 4. I'm not gonna pay that money, so I'm never gonna have that shoe. I'm not gonna pay $1,000 for the Travis Scott sales. So like, I missed out.
And what are the odds that they retro? Exactly. Can you imagine that? Like when we're like 40,
I was just thinking that.
If we're like 40 and they'd be like, oh, we're going to retro the Cactus Jack 4s. And everyone's going to be like, yo, what?
That'd be OD or the Travis Scott 1s or something like that. Wow.
That's crazy to think about. We're all just sitting here like imagining 2050.
Taking me a second. Wow. Yeah. Dang. That really like just threw like that just.
Side note. Why don't OVO Jordans resell as much as?
And that's what I was thinking.
I'm just so mad
because nobody likes Drake.
I
don't get
Drake.
Like, yo.
I don't know about his shoes, but his
like
music.
Drake.
No, let's not go there.
Come on, man.
I think you know what I feel like the answer is a little like it's almost too simple to that, and it's because think about the OVO models that he's got. He's got the 10s, the 12s. He has the 8s. Am I missing one?
Noah brings out his OVO 10.
There you go.
Of course, thank you.
But
Noah.
then think about how much hate the 10 gets versus how much love the 1 gets and the 4.
That
true.
It's because that's an ugly shoe.
It's not an
Look
ugly
at that
shoe.
shoe.
If there's an OVO 1, that thing is skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, yes.
Plus,
because there's a 1.
Plus the fact that like, if you think of like the fan base of Drake,
yeah, that's true,
and the fan base of Travis, like Travis revolves around rage.
True.
Everybody just wants to go crazy. Everybody just wants to be just like him. I feel like everybody that follows Drake just wants to listen to his music. Everyone just wants to like enjoy his music. But everybody wants to be Travis Scott. Well, you think everyone wants to be Drake? You think
that's a hot?
You think more people want to be Drake?
So
more people want to be
before we go in, you just stepped into a terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
These two are about to go crazy.
The one reason in which I'm sorry to intrude, but the one reason in which I'm going for this look is because of the man Drake.
Okay. The look he's talking about is his waves right now. He's gonna get a heart in his head and all that. You're not a certified lover boy though.
Should I even like show them? No.
Show it. Please show it and just describe it. Describe it when you show it. Please just show it. Y'all about to see something crazy. Like you're about to see something crazy.
At the end,
just show it. No, show it and describe it.
Noah, as OVO Drake fans, we actually bought a keychain. that collaborates with OVO and Bape.
Yeah.
For $50.
Mhm. Yeah.
Noah, please just
Should I
show
show
it right
it?
now. Show it right now.
Man, you guys are going after Mateo.
Let's do it.
Show
I know,
Because no, look, 'cause
I'll
show it.
y'all need to see this.
Show it.
Y'all need
Go
to
ahead.
see this.
Alright, I'm
Y'all
gonna
need
show
to see this. I'm not talking until you show it.
I'm about to show it. Go ahead. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
he's
Go ahead.
tripping.
Y'all ready? Y'all
Yeah.
ready for this?
Yeah, come on.
You need to describe it. You need to describe it
Yeah.
as you're showing it.
I'll do it is a OVO tattoo that Noah has on
Hey.
his shoulder that is
Oh,
permanent.
snap. It is permanent.
I like that.
Permanent, with
It
the Puerto
is,
Rican
yo.
flag on the wing.
I like that.
That's raw.
It is
It's
raw.
raw, but like that's what I'm saying. If you ever talk
Yeah.
against Drake on any substance, like against his clothing line, against shoes,
Six
against
guys
anything, it will
watching.
for
Come
you.
on.
I have nothing against the OVO line. I definitely have more OVO pieces than I do Travis. But I think all of us being Drake fans, we have a slight bias. Whereas all the
True.
kids today that are coming into this culture, they're getting into high school, they're going off to college, and they're just getting introduced to this culture. All they're seeing is a world revolved around Travis Scott and
That's true.
especially Astro World.
Astroworld took over. I'm not gonna lie.
Because think about when we came into high school, or like, I mean, I'm a little bit younger than you guys, but when we were in high school, Hotline Bling was way bigger than what Antidote, right?
Yeah.
So like we're kind of stuck on.
Antidote went kind
It
of.
was
way bigger, though. It was way bigger, though.
But think about, like,
it was.
what
bigger.
else? I mean, what else was like around that? Like the whole Nothing Was the Same album, right?
Fire.
like,
Started
that
from
was-
the bottom.
Right.
Now
right?
we're here.
Like started for the bottom. Like that was middle. Like for me, that was middle school, and like there was like Travis was there, but he wasn't like the king of everything. And I would say right now, I'm not saying that Travis is better than Drake, but I'm saying if you surveyed everyone and they had to pick one or the other, more people in this world are gonna pick Travis Scott, which is why all the hype is around him right now. If Drake was coming out with his OVO ones or the OVO like 4s, 3s, like the better models in the time that we were in middle school and high school,
Mm-hmm.
I think we would be talking about the same thing.
Yeah,
But we are 10 years into the future, and
it's true.
Drake and everybody that's like coming into this, and they're either gonna pick Travis or Drake. They're getting hit with this like, oh, Drake is so mainstream. Like, I want to listen to somebody different. Not that Travis Scott is more like different, but he was less appreciated at that time that people were making that decision than Drake was.
That's very true. Was that the same year? So when Nothing Was the Same came out, was that Birds in the Trap saying McKnight? year?
Same time period, yeah.
Same time period. Okay, because I do know there's a lot of people who became like hardcore Travis fans off of that one album alone.
Yeah.
And I also think that boosted his whole, like you just said, it boosted his, all right, he's not mainstream and he's coming up, but he's definitely like that up next artist.
Astroworld
that we need to appreciate
just
Like
more.
he's on our
blew
radar.
up the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Astroworld, yeah.
Astroworld
And
was
Astroworld just
ridiculous.
went- yeah.
sure.
That
I
was
would
it.
say that's what sparked the whole merch thing too.
Oh yeah, merch.
Yeah.
I don't even
Yeah.
remember like people copying merch until like Astroworld came out.
Until he dropped
Exactly.
Astroworld, until he actually opened
Yeah.
up that festival down in Houston. That used to be huge.
Oh, yeah.
See, yeah.
And my thing is just like he
And
still rides the like Astroworld hype train, like still to this day.
because he can.
Everything's about Astroworld.
Do
still.
it, like right, like if you can do it.
True.
Right. If that is such an easy wave to ride, bro. Like it's not even like.
Like when did that album come out?
2017, 18.
2017,
Bro, that album slapped.
2018, and he's still riding
The
that
album slapped.
hype train. Everything's about Astroworld. If you like,
Yeah, it came out in 2018.
yeah.
Yeah,
That album slapped.
That did.
My thing
I'm
is
not
just like,
gonna-
when is this Astroworld hype train gonna like end?
Will it ever end?
When he really
And now, no,
if
then it's gonna be Utopia. I think that's his next album, Utopia.
yeah, that's gotta
Oh.
be like close. It's gotta be better than Astroworld or somewhat close. Like you gotta be able to compare it. Because if it's not, people are just gonna. I don't know. Do you think people
Yeah.
are gonna fall off of it?
It's Travis, so no.
Let's try. Yeah, it's
I
Travis
feel like-
now. Even if we think it's garbage, the Ragers, whatever
Yeah.
you call them, they're gonna love it.
Yeah.
So
Especially since he has that influence on the Fortnite world too. That's crazy.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. He's transcending music.
He's literally hitting all markets.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm.
I was talking to Brandon about this about Nike because Nike's coming out with shoes for walkers. They're coming out with like house slippers. They're coming out with clothes for pregnant
Yeah.
women, right? Like
Yeah.
Travis is doing the same thing in the marketing world for his music. He's collaborating with McDonald's. Like there's people that go to McDonald's that don't follow
PlayStation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
PlayStation. Like,
PlayStation.
you're hitting markets that didn't already know about your music or at least weren't like on top of it like everybody else is. I don't remember Drake doing that. and I don't remember Drake releasing merch that everybody wanted to go after like so hard.
Yeah.
But Drake was bigger, if not bigger, than Travis is now, like 8 to 10 years ago.
Tough.
That is true.
He can bounce back though after this next
So
song.
we gonna wait and see. We gonna
Time will tell. Time will tell. Time will tell.
Time will tell.
COB,
CLB, baby.
I am down for it.
Yeah.
We've been waiting too long.
January 2021.
No shots to anybody on our past episodes, but that was probably the best tangent.
Damn.
OVO,
Call
baby.
him out. Come on.
Let's go into Q&A. All right. This one, I actually got this idea from the Sneakers app because they have like their little feed. It's not all just like shoes that are releasing. They have like those little articles and little videos. And they had asked like celebrities about their core 4. So I'm gonna ask you guys, what is your core 4? Your go-to 4 pairs in your collection.
Go ahead,
You're
TJ.
at like if you could leave 4 pairs by your doorstep and just be comfortable, like just picking one and going, what's your 4?
All right. Dang.
Just taking a look at them.
So, yeah, I'm looking at them right now. So, I definitely, for sure, on that list is my Obsidian ones.
Okay.
Simple.
Those would be there. It's simple. It's nice. That little baby blue goes so crazy in my opinion. I would have my Yeezy blue tents as like the runner, almost like my walking around shoe, because I mean those are also one of the very first shoes that actually got me into the sneaker market. So that's 2. My Jordan 11s, because I love Jordan 11s with a passion. They hold sentimental value for me. If you have not listened already,
Which color?
that's in our first episode of College Kicks.
Oh, yeah,
So,
that was nice. Which colorway of the 11s?
it's the Concord 11s.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's that sentimental one for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Mateo.
Go listen to that story. Go to the College Kicks podcast. Listen to that story.
Come on. And then my 4th and final, I'm looking around like I'm maybe my Bloodline ones.
Ooh.
He was wearing them today to the
those
gym.
I was wearing them today to the gym. Those are like, if I had to do a walking around ones, it'd be my Bloodline ones. So that'll be my core 4. Noah, come on.
No, come on. Okay. In terms of a
Talk
core
to me nice.
4,
Don't talk to me twice. Yeah.
let's go like runner. So if we're going like runner for one of the shoes, because obviously comfortability matters, I'll probably go with just a regular pair of like Ultra Boost. I have like a pair of Ultra Boosts that I wear all the time. Super comfortable. It's funny. My roommates always get on me because I tend to wear Adidas with Nike.
You don't
okay?
tend to. You almost do it every day.
Clash.
Nobody,
It's
look, I'm just going to say
100%.
this. Nobody
100%.
in the world has Adidas socks. Nobody has Adidas socks. Everybody wears white
Find
Adidas
them.
socks.
Find them.
The Nike, find them honestly. So for actually no, I'm gonna pause you right there. For Halloween earlier this morning, I dressed up as Noah, and what I did, I put on a Nike shirt, a Nike. So it was our school Loyola basketball jersey, and I taped a Supreme sticker onto it, and then I wore Adidas pants and like Nike Vapor Maxes, and I said I was Noah because he
It's
clashes
terrible.
so much. But go ahead,
But, like,
go ahead.
I have
Stop
I have
cross-branding.
Yeezys. I have all those shoes, and like I don't have Adidas socks. Nobody shops for Adidas socks. I don't know what you want me to do.
If you want to wear Adidas, you need to shop for Adidas socks, Noah.
Or wear ankle socks where we can't see nothing.
True.
Right.
Even I have
He won't do
Nike
that,
ankle
though.
socks. I don't have Adidas. But getting back on track, I would definitely say a pair of Ultra Boosts. And for my next shoe, I would have to go with the OVO 10s, just because I'm a CLB. That's all I gotta
He's got
say.
the black pair.
That's a shoe that would never leave my collection. I've had literally every OVO ever made. I'll just say that. I don't have them
Yup.
in the
Even
collection right
tattooed.
now, but I've had every single one. My next shoe would probably be
Certified.
Will brushes his.
my next shoe would probably be my favorite shoe that I have. The Bread 11. That's my absolute favorite shoe of all time. So I need those.
Shout out story on College Cakes podcast.
Mm-hmm. The last
Come
one
on.
would have to. I would have to go on to like, the Hype Realm, and I'm going with the Off-White Presto. Yep.
You got the OG one?
Yeah.
No, I have
The 10 or
the second version, black.
the all black? Yeah.
Yep.
That's fire.
So
Yeah.
that's my 4.
That is fire. That's a fire shoe.
Dude, the Presto was like just a shoe that everybody liked but nobody wanted to get, and then the off-white Presto is like everybody was just like, okay, other than the Jordan ones, this is the number one.
I actually have a
Everybody-
pair of regular Prestos at home. Okay, I didn't follow the hype.
I like the Prestos, but everybody was always like hating on the Prestos because it was like that like certified outlet shoe. You know, what I
It
mean?
was that certified outlet
And
shoe.
then-
I think I got my
Yeah,
Prestos out
there you go.
the outlet.
Triple white Prestos.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
y'all remember that triple white wave?
oh yeah.
Triple
Oh,
white
yeah.
everything,
I was
triple
on- I'm
triple
still-
white
yeah, I'm
ultra
still on it.
boost, triple
I
white
love
everything.
That shoe.
What are you gonna do? Go triple black? No.
No.
Oh, come
Oh,
on, let's go.
no.
Oh,
That's
what's
never-
up? What's some Nike Air Force Ones? Yes. Goofy
Black
sells.
Forces?
Goofy sells.
Are we
Goofy
wearing?
sells. Black Forces on God? Come on, Will.
Noah would if he had Supreme on it.
Would I
Oh,
wear
God, the
black Supreme
collab
Air
with
Force? Probably.
Yes.
Probably.
The answer is yes. Yeah, there's no
But
problem.
the one time
No
he's
way.
gonna get
No
triple
way.
black, he's gonna wear some Adidas socks, and then everyone's gonna he'll be like, "I'm trying."
I'm trying. Yeah, I don't know what they want.
Everybody else. Go ahead, Will. Your core four.
Unbelievable. Yeah, so my core four. So I'm actually I'm similar to Brandon. I'm not a huge sneakerhead thus far. But if I were to have four sneakers, first and foremost it'd be the Cocaines. It's a very, very iconic shoe. It's not as hype as Noah and TJ sneakers.
For
but,
all the parents out there, we're talking about all white Air Force Ones. Okay.
Yeah.
G
Kobe,
Fazos.
all white Air
For
Force
for,
Ones.
for those Chicago
G
G
listeners.
Fazos. Second off, so I actually just copped some Air Jordan 4s, some Fire Reds. That would be on my second one. I actually love just the 4s in general, that style, as TJ takes out his 4s,
I also copped the
in which
4s.
he
I sold
just
these.
sold.
Yeah, I just
Resellers.
Yeah.
Reseller.
Back on track. My third choice, in which was my first shoe that I ever copped on at Foot Locker, actually was the Concord Lows 11s. Back when I was like in 10th grade. Those are just very, very iconic shoes and hold a dear spot in my heart. And last but not least, I used to have actually Yeezy Black Pirates.
Grail.
those shoes
Grail to
are
some
very,
people.
very,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah. Those iconic.
Pre
as well.
overproduction Yeezys.
True.
Right.
Very much so.
Watch them retro those. I swear to God, they're gonna
Yeah.
retro either the Nike Yeezys or the V1 350s.
I'm copying multiple pairs. I'm just gonna say that.
That's gonna.
Reseller.
Question mark?
Brendan, you want to hit it next?
Yeah, no, for sure. So yeah, exactly like Will said, I'm not really a big sneakerhead guy. I love basketball shoes, so all these shoes ain't gonna be hype, but I love them, right?
Of course.
So first
This
of all,
man, this man's different. He's got like a pregame basketball shoe. He's got his balling basketball shoe, and then like
oh,
he's
Lord.
his
bro.
post game. He's
All
got his
that.
post game slides.
I
With, like,
feel
his
you, bro.
post-game, like off court basketball shoes. It's kind of nice.
I like that.
Hey,
I
thank
mess
you,
with
man. I
that.
appreciate it.
You need the variety.
Right, yeah, but definitely the favorite ones have got to be the Kylie 4 Lucky Charms. You know,
Yes.
Mateo and I got a
Mm.
special story with them. Just camped out. You know, we're like first, second in line. They only had one size 12. And I've been wearing them the past 2 years. Like they're super. Like I'm a fast guy, so like I love to have flashy shoes. It makes you look faster.
Talk it up.
Also,
Big
step.
yeah.
Come on.
Second one,
Quick step.
probably go with the KD9, the USAs. Those are really special just because Noah, hey, 2016, you know, it just came off that big loss, right? And then get KD.
Of course.
KD is my favorite player, right? Or second, he couldn't be favorite just because you know, he's on a rival, right? But you know, that has like a sentimental memory right there. Even though they're really not the best basketball shoes, I just like to wear them out. The third one would probably be the Kobe 11s, man. Kobe 11, best performance shoe I've ever worn for basketball. Like they look so good. You feel just great in them, right? So and now they're legendary. So
And
I'm
you've
hoping
got
that,
you've got the Achilles heel joints.
right, yeah,
the
the
red and
Achilles
black
heel.
Dope.
So those are the first
Ooh.
ones that dropped. Really, really hope Nike restocks them and redrops them again. And then, man, the last one. Oh, you know what? It's the
new
it's the
ones.
the KD 12 blue tint. Second best
Ooh.
performing shoe.
I love those
They're
shoes.
so nice.
I
man.
love those shoes. I saw
I'm
those
actually
shoes.
thinking about copping.
Yeah,
you
I
should.
saw those at Foot Locker. And I was like, oh, I need to get these, but I never did. They just looked amazing.
They're beautiful, man. Like those ones, the Bluetooth and the Ant Pearls. Ooh, so crazy, bro.
Oh yeah, pearls. Ooh.
So
Yeah.
Actually, a shoe that I like about on Katie's actually collection is the KD5s, the N7s. I used to hoop in those in high school and crazy.
KD4 best
it's,
KD.
It's dope that they got so many shoes now, man. It's like it just keeps on going up, right? So I wonder when they're actually gonna stop.
Yeah. For me, there's like no hype in this. There's like secret hype in this. I'll go with the first two beaters. Okay, like no doubt every day, my go-to is my triple white Vans Old Schools. And you're probably like, Mateo, I thought you were a sneakerhead.
It's a preferable hype. It's a preferable hype.
That literally, we went on that photo shoot that we were talking about earlier that I went on with Brandon. I have like, I don't know how many pairs, like 40-ish, 45, 50, something like that. I tried on like every single pair with the outfit. The one that I ended up with was these cooked triple white Old Schools that I've had for like 3 years. That was the one that I went with.
Dang.
And it was just like embarrassing. I was like, I have all these other ones and I'm going to pick this one. But easily it just goes with everything. That's
Come on
my
now.
My second one, another boring one, but one that I've had for like 5 years. 4 years. 2017 Flyknit Free Run. That is, everyone's going to talk about the most comfortable shoes, the Ultra Boost or whatever shoe. I swear to God, this is the most comfortable shoe that I've ever tried on. No cap at all. Not even close.
Tough.
Speaking of Ultra Boost, I love metallic colors. Metallic gold, metallic silver, all that.
Ooh.
So my third one is going to be the Ultra Boost Silver Metal.
Ooh.
That
Wow.
one's hard.
Wow.
See, now we're getting to like secret hype. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. That's why my exact thoughts. This is definitely a low key hype
And
one.
this last one is by far my favorite shoe in my collection.
Okay.
Other than my basketball shoes, but my favorite shoe that I'm never going to get rid of. That, again, super secret hype. And when I went to SneakerCon LA, there were, over 2 days, there were 4 people that offered me sky-high prices to buy it off of my feet. And I was like, you want these? Right? You're like, oh, what is he going to pull out? You won't be able to guess it. It's the
I can't.
Vans Old School Charlie Brown.
Ooh.
Charlie Brown. Resellers
I
be
don't
like.
I'm okay. I'm literally looking. Them up
Yeah,
right
hold
now.
on,
I'm
hold on.
sending
I gotta
over
look them up
those.
too.
For while you guys look that up, I'm gonna describe it to everybody listening. It's, imagine the black Old School. The midsection is yellow, and instead of that little white wave stripe that you got on there, it's the black zigzag that's on Charlie Brown's shirt. And I tell you what,
Mateo,
you wear that with black pants. It doesn't matter what you wear on top. That thing looks fire.
All right, get rid of them.
Bro, are you kidding me? These are nice.
What's the highest price in which you were offered?
I turned down 400.
Wow.
For
These
for
are
the
nice,
yellow
though.
zigzag joints.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, you can buy them, like, it's like one of those things that, like, you can buy off StockX, but you have to be able to find your size first. Vans
Yeah.
collabs, when they're old, you're not going to be able to find them.
Hmm.
So, like, let's take the Marvel Avengers joints that dropped, like, a year ago, 2 years ago. I swear, in 4 years, they're going to be worth, like, there's no really a market on them. Like, people will pay 60, people will pay 600. There's no hype around it. And then eventually there's no demand and there's no supply. So if you want one, it's impossible to find.
I have a question. So like, obviously you said you work at Van. So when like these hype collabs come out, do you cop multiple pairs? Do you?
As
Like-
an employee, no.
Mhm.
I would get in trouble for fraud big time.
Ooh, ooh.
Disclaimer, doesn't mean I don't sell Vans. It just means that all the Vans that I sell are coming off of other people.
Mhm.
I actually bought some pairs off of one of my old coworkers who left like a year ago, and he was
Mhm.
just getting rid of his pairs, and I bought them off them. But I respect my company and my
Of course.
employer enough to not take advantage of my employee discount. But
Yeah, get that
Do
legal
you-
out the way. I understand.
There you
gotta
go,
get the
there
legal
you
out.
go.
But for real.
but
for
are
real.
you like able to like reserve these like cool collabs like just for you, like a personal cop if you wanted it?
I work
or-
at an outlet, which is even better because like I'll be in the back. Okay, I'll tell you that the other day I found a pair of Vans neighborhood joints like in the back. They didn't make it to the floor. I just took it from the back
Wow.
room and I bought them. We don't get any like notification that they're coming in. Like we'll get random pairs. Like I just found a NASA collab
Mhm.
that came out in like 2018, 2019. We
Wow.
have one sitting in the back. And again, it's one of those shoes. If you want to buy it right now, it's gonna cost $200. But if you want to sell it, you're gonna have to wait months or like get lucky that a buyer actually wants it, because there's not that many people that want it. But if you want it, you're gonna have to pay sky high price because no one has it. You know what I mean? So
that's dope.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that the Space Voyager? I'm looking at it on GOAT right now. Okay.
We have a couple. I remember we had like the orange old schools. We had like right now we have the black skate highs, but it's different. No, I mean, there's not like no one really comes in. You know what is interesting? People like bulk buyers will come into Vans, but they want to buy the clothes because the clothes that we have are buy one get one free, and the original $60 hoodies are on sale for $15. So you're getting $120 in hoodies for $15. And then you go to the flea market, sell them for $50. Boom.
Easy.
It's different. We different at the Vans.
That's super cool. I never like thought of it like that way, and like even knew there was like a van market out there.
That I was thinking the same thing, Noah. Like I'm so tuned into like cool. J's and like off whites and things like that the van market just completely slips under.
It's very. I would say it's very underrated, but I'm glad that I work for them because that's by far my favorite brand. Like if I had to wear one brand my entire life, it's not Nike or Adidas or it's Vans.
It's Vans. Wow.
Really?
We just had the discussion. Noah, we had a good discussion about that.
We just had the discussion earlier. So after we, as I mentioned, we went to go play basketball earlier. In the car ride home, Will just said, I think it was Will, and he was like, "What if y'all could wear one brand for the rest of your life? What would it be?"
That's a great question.
And for me,
we all said Nike.
Yeah, for me, without hesitation, is Nike. And that's just so interesting that you say Vans.
Yeah. It's another
Nike,
thing that's like, if you're given everything for free, what brand are you picking? Versus if you're gonna have to pay full price and you're not allowed to buy anything else, what is it gonna change?
That's very true. That's very true. I think so because because I think when Will asked the question, I just imagined like, oh, as if you were sponsored by Nike, so you're just gonna get all the things for free. But Nike is extremely expensive. Right, it's we're paying literally $180, plus for shoes that just go. That's their retail. Whereas Vans can retail for $60, for $70, or something like that.
3 pairs for the same price as one.
40.
Exactly. So in terms of the actual use of a shoe, it would make so much more sense to go Vans or Converse or a cheaper product.
So do you have like a Vans shoe in almost every colorway?
I wouldn't say every colorway, but I would say I got every color of the rainbow, including rainbow. Hey, come on now.
That's a flex.
That's a flex.
Like some of them are just like hard to find. Like, how everyone talks about those Levi's denim 4s and like they talk about distressing it with sandpaper. I'm about to do that with my denim old schools. Like I'm not about to spend $500 just so I can cut it up. I'll spend the $20, cut them up. It's the same. It's not the same thing, but it's got the same effect. But
I wish your camera was on so I could see some of these Vans.
I wish.
I know, honestly.
We'll jump on a FaceTime. My phone camera works. We'll jump on a FaceTime. We'll talk about it later.
Smooth.
But that's another thing. The struggles with being in college. Half of my stuff is in LA. Because I evacuated because of COVID, and I brought 2 pairs.
Ooh.
And then I got my job back at Vans, and I had to buy a ton of more shoes so I can have stuff to wear to work. All right, let's jump into. We're gonna skip sleepers because we running a little long, but we love it.
Smooth.
We love it. I love the conversation. I love you guys. You guys are.
We love you back.
We love you back.
You guys are amazing.
It's crazy because when we just to like tutor on when we first started this podcast, Noah and I were like walking through Target and we're like, let's start this podcast. Let's like just go buy the microphones right now. And to see the response that it's gotten, and the fact you're saying that you love us, like it's something like we never expected. Like it's ridiculous. And then Will hopped on board and it was just like a trio, and it was like, oh, we're matching perfectly. So I appreciate you having us for real.
TJ, it's funny that you say that. Like TJ was the first one to come up with this podcast idea, and he told me about it, and I was like, we should do it. And then, but the thing, the funny part about it was he would always say, "But I don't know." I don't know. Like exactly. I want to do this, but I don't know. And I would tell him like, do it.
College Kicks was a whole maybe 2 months before. Like I started thinking about this like in the summer. And I every single time was like, but I don't know. Like, what if it just doesn't get a good response? What if people think I'm weird or something like that? What if I just don't say the right things? Like, what if nobody listens?
Exactly.
But I don't know. And it took Noah to say, just go, just do
Yeah,
it.
I literally
You know,
just
and
said,
every
just
time
do
I
it.
said
I'll
I
do
don't
it with
know,
you.
bro, and it was just great. And I'm so glad that especially I had Noah to push me, and I had Will to just be right there for us. And I like I said, I always joke around with these guys. I say I hate them, but I really do love y'all, man. I love y'all boys. Look at
We
how
love
you
y'all.
guys. Look, guys, we made it.
Hey, it's mutual, bro. It's mutual.
We made it. It's like, well, come on, we got to get millions of dollars.
Not
off
all-
this
Yeah.
podcast.
Not all the Eminem guys are here, but shout out to you guys. I love you guys. You guys
Now
make this.
we need to
You
meet
guys
them all.
make this happen.
Next podcast.
Oh yeah.
Right. We have
Oh,
to
yeah.
meet them all.
College Kicks
Coming soon.
podcast.
Oh yeah. We gonna jump on the College
Ooh,
Kicks podcast.
College Kicks by Eminem.
for sure.
Ooh, College Kicks by
we coming
Eminem.
on that one.
Let's-
We coming
let's
on the
do
College
it.
Kicks podcast.
Next
Come
week.
on.
Next week.
Yeah, that's a record.
Yeah.
That's a record
Ooh.
breaker right there.
Bro, these
Hey, by
guys,
the way, so-
pilot
Breaking the
episode,
record.
what, 1,200 listens, something like that.
Yeah. So right now, I'm gonna get the actual number.
That was insane.
More than
But
1,400.
yeah,
I think.
overnight there was one day where we got like 800 streams in one day.
Insane.
And we were like, what is going on? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, this shit does not make any sense. This just doesn't make any sense. Right now, we're at 1,411 plays on the pilot episode.
Wow.
Crazy.
So, we were just like, we didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. I thought that Noah and Will, like, bought something to increase your streams. I was like, why would you guys buy something to make us look good? But legitimately, we have no idea. We cannot explain that. So shout out to all 1,411 of y'all. It means the world to us. Even though, like I said, in one of our episodes, we don't expect that for every single episode.
Like
It was
I
just
think
really nice to
episode
see that
2's
support.
hitting over 100 something.
I think we're at like 130 maybe, but
But I think like
it's
Hey,
just
slow
it's great to
steps.
see.
A to B,
Right.
B to C.
Exactly,
C to
like-
D.
It's
I feel like if you're looking at it, like I was thinking about this, if you're looking at it in terms of your podcast, our podcast, in terms of like numbers and like basing like how things go off numbers, I realize that like no week is ever going to be the same. Like
Mhm.
last week our podcast, I felt like we were lacking a little bit, to be honest. And I feel like we could do better, and we are going to do better. And I feel like there's
Yeah.
weeks, even like maybe you guys can relate, that like you look back on a podcast and you guys think that like we could have done way better, Like you're going to have
Oh,
off
yeah, for
weeks.
sure.
There's going to be weeks where you don't have a lot of views. There's going to be weeks where you have a lot of views, I just think it's like it's a slow grind.
yeah, and
And I think-
it's just seeing the support.
Mhm.
Noah, sorry to cut you off, but just
No, go
to
ahead.
see the support, even from our close friends, our family members, it means the world.
It means
to
the
us,
world. It does.
right? And I cannot stress this enough, especially like, so I'm a big YouTube watcher, so it's like interesting to see when they say, yeah, like shout out to all my millions of subscribers, like I love y'all and things like that. But like for us, even though I think we have like 32 followers on SoundCloud, 100 something on Instagram, like every single one of them means something special
We
to us.
truly
Exactly.
And I truly mean that. And I actually understand when these YouTubers say like, thank you so much. This has changed so much. And I'm starting to understand that even more, especially with
And just thinking about it, like you bring up those YouTubers that have like millions of subscribers. That didn't just happen in like a day.
right. They
Like
started
that
somewhere.
took time.
They started
Like you
somewhere.
don't just gain 1 million followers in 2 days.
Yeah.
And for
Unless you're doing
everyone-
something that goes like super viral.
I would
But-
say for everyone listening to, like, I'm sure that we have not talked to every single one of you, but at least for me, when I get in the DMs and I start talking to people, even if it's like
love
2
it.
sentences, like that is
I
just
love it.
100-fold. Like
Yes.
I love it.
that, like the individual views and listens, like that's what kind of encourages you to like,
Mhm.
okay, I like what I'm doing. When you like give us feedback, good or bad, like you can rip on me, but at least I know you listen
Yeah.
and like you have like you
Exactly.
can come after me. That's
Exactly.
motivating me to make another episode or another video,
Right.
or buy another pair of
Right.
shoes. Right. And
Yeah.
it doesn't matter
Yes, like,
if you're
I-
consuming or not. Like if my mom was like, "Hey, I like what you're doing," I'll be like, "Oh, sick."
You're right.
Of
Right.
course,
For
like,
real.
It's
For
funny.
real.
I text all my friends and people who listen and the first thing I text them was like, please just tell me like what you didn't like about it. Like
Yeah.
more than what you
Mhm.
liked, I want to know what you didn't like.
Facts. Facts.
And I feel
Yeah.
like it's just like a game of like improvement. I think
Yeah.
it's all about improvement, and it's a slow grind, like I said. Like you mentioned earlier about your mic, how you don't have the best mic in the world, but it's okay. Like you're just starting off, you know, and we're just starting off too.
We're just starting off.
It's a grind,
Matt,
and we'll get there.
Yeah, Matt, just to speak on, your point of when you engage with people, I think engagement is everything, right?
Everything.
Like when we posted, I don't know if you saw in our story today, but we were like, we're going to announce the winner, like, drum roll, please. And then I was like, but the winner will be announced at 6 p.m. tonight, right? We probably had like 10 people that slid up and we're just like, oh, like, y'all got me, like, LOL.
No, you did get me on that
like,
one.
When I see, right? So when people engage, like, people swipe up and they even, like, just send the laugh emojis, it means so much, right? And, we can have maybe a 2-sentence conversation, but just the fact that, like, I'm getting to you and you're listening to me, I can't emphasize how much it means to us.
So we're talking a lot about, like, how much it means to us, right? But I want to give some input to some of the listeners out there who want to have that courage to start it, right? Because we actually had a podcast where there's this guy, reseller from Wisconsin, and he wanted to start his own sports podcast, but he had the same worries as you guys.
Shout out Riley.
Yeah, he's like, man, like, what are people going to think about me? And it's like, here's the thing. Think of it as like, informational interviews. They're trying to get into an industry. Like, you got to shoot your shot. Or if it's with a chick, like, you got to shoot your shot. Who cares about your rejection, bro? Like,
shoot your shot.
it doesn't matter what people
Right.
think, because guess
Exactly.
what? You're never, ever, ever going to satisfy everybody, right? So
That's true.
you are your own life. Create your own destiny in your narrative. Just have fun with it. Don't worry about, who's judging you.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Facts. That's crazy. Wow, that was nice. I like this. This is
Right?
great. This
Like,
is amazing. I love
I
this.
think we all have voices, that like need to be heard,
Exactly, yeah.
We all got something to say.
Especially this day and age.
Exactly.
It's power to the
Say it.
people, man.
And
Yeah,
I'll
facts.
tell you,
Exactly.
like, I honestly, because we have this podcast on a few platforms, so I don't even know exactly how many listens that we get, because I don't, like, track, like, Apple Podcasts or, like, as much.
Mhm.
And honestly, when I started this podcast, it just made me feel better getting to, like, just say something. Just talk about whatever is going on in the world.
Yeah. Right.
But at least talking to
Exactly.
somebody who can give me, like, this just makes me feel better. I don't care if we get 0 listens.
Facts.
I'm meeting 3 new
Yeah.
awesome dudes. And I'm talking with one of
Exactly.
my best friends. We're all talking about a group on a subject that we all love. Like, that's more than enough
Yeah.
for me. And the fact that people decide
Facts.
to listen to this is just amazing.
Right. Yeah, I think just to sum it all up, we would not be doing this at 10:46 where we're at if we did not care, about
no.
like meeting new people, about engaging, about building our audience, and especially with growing and connecting with other people of the sneaker culture in the sneaker world. I think that, we, especially like as college kicks, just love, I say it 3 times just to really emphasize it, connecting with y'all. And like you said, just growing connection and really building upon your network is everything.
Exactly,
to us.
because
Like,
guess what? Now we're both going to get more listeners just because of our platform.
exactly. Like,
you know?
it's right. Shout out to all our college kick listeners. Shout out to Eminem Resale listeners.
Dude,
This is-
collabs are the best, bro.
Wow.
Partnerships are so fun, man. Like, you just
Wow.
win together.
I love our
Right?
tangents. We're just going off. We're just talking. Just throw it all out there.
We
It's
don't
more
have
about
to
like
skip.
it's more like pursuing life instead of like sneakers sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
We might have to skip sleepers and good investments for today. Because we're
Oh,
going
okay.
No. But
Sorry.
this is great. But I don't know how you guys feel if we were to talk about our Mocha drop experiences on your podcast when we get over there.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, that'd be
Let's
perfect.
do that. Let's do
That'd
that.
be great.
Let's
So
do
if y'all want to hear, so
Cool.
we were going to talk about the mochas that dropped today. It is Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
So the
Happy
mochas
Halloween.
dropped
Happy
today.
Halloween.
Oh yeah, mochas dropped today, and we had a couple W's in the mix, a couple mostly L's in the mix. But if you want to hear our thoughts on those, how our experience went, where we think the market's gonna be, we're keeping, flipping, dropping. Head over to College Kicks podcast when the collaboration episode with
Yeah.
Eminem drops, and we're definitely gonna
Coming soon.
we go
soon.
over that. We're gonna go
Ooh.
over.
Yes, sir, baby.
Ooh, come on.
Where's your
Come
outro?
on.
Where's your outro song? You gotta
Oh,
have
I don't
one,
have
right?
an outro.
That would've been
Season
perfect
3.
for now.
Season 3,
Dude,
we'll get an
oh,
outro song.
Dude, just play the beat
Little by
right now,
little.
bro. Like that would be. A
I'll
perfect
close it
one.
out with the beat. All right. All right.
It's funny
well-
when you say seasons, I'm thinking of just like Fortnite. I don't know why. But
Shout out to
Yeah.
Travis Scott.
Shout out to
We mentioned him
Travis.
earlier.
All right. I think that's going to be it for today. We appreciate all you guys listening, all of you College Kicks listeners coming over, all the Eminem listeners. Welcome to season 2. This one's going to be great. This one's going to be fun. I'm excited. Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Signing off, it's Mateo.
It's Brandon.
Oh, college kicks.
Drop your name.
Should we say our names
Yeah, drop it.
individually?
We can say, oh, all right. So can we just redo that
Alright,
outro because we really messed that up.
All right, signing off is Mateo.
This is Brandon.
We got College Kicks. We have TJ.
I'm Noah.
And we got Will.
And we will catch you guys in the next one.
Let's go.